Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Angel BD, and for today what we have in here, it is the most requested game on the channel, Monster Hunter World. So this game, it is developed by the Capcom and it is using MT Framework 2 engine. So basically, what can I tell? Capcom, it is the developers of well-known games that you probably know, of course, the Resident Evil series, Dead Rising, Lost Planets. So you know there are a lot of games, and also the Monster Hunter series, which is not really that famous on PC, okay? But they decided to release this game on PC, and well, there was some complaints with the ports. So the game, it is using MT Framework 2 engine. This engine started to be used on Dead Rising 1, and you probably saw pretty much in all Capcom games like the Resident Evil 5 and 6, Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry, the reboot, and pretty much all the games from Capcom do use MT Framework, okay? The only exception on this list, it is Resident Evil 7, that is, it is already using their new engine that Capcom created, which is the RE engine, which I thought it would stand for Resident Evil engine, but after investigating a little bit, it stands for Reach for the Stars engine. What the hell? Okay, but yeah, MT Framework, it is an old engine, so it is supposed to run better, right? Well, not exactly, okay? Sometimes when it is old, it is also, you know, not really efficient. So the performance on Monster Hunter World, it is quite disappointing, okay? So let's take a look first on the settings. So I will be using border-wise to record, the same stuff as usually. Without recording, I do recommend you to use full screen. I am using my custom resolution, 960 by 540. This is pretty much the same thing as playing at 800 by 600, but this resolution, it is well adapted to a 60 by 9 aspect ratio screens, the screens of nowadays. If you want to create this custom resolution, check the video on the description. Frame rate no limit, no VSync, and graphical settings, it is set to manual, because the low settings actually have stuff enabled like depth of field, motion blur, and I disabled them. So all the stuff in these advanced settings, it is at the minimum, aside from the texture quality, which I have set to 512. This is mostly because texture quality barely or has no impact in performance as long as you have the enough VRAM. And the fact is, our graphic card have 2 GB, and the 512 has consumption of 1.3 GB, so it's fine, okay? So 960 by 540 minimum settings, and unfortunately this is the results that you can expect. So the average was 23 frames per second on pretty much the first mission I got, a 1% low of 18 and a maximum of 38. So to a game like Monster Hunter World, I don't think this is really playable, to be honest. It's complicated because the entire game will be kind of mid to fast paced. Okay, you need to kill monsters, you need to, it's not that you are going to aim anything at the monsters, but everything will be, it will be very fast paced at some points, okay? And not only that, the graphical settings that we are using in here, it is quite low, 960 by 540. Usually it is fine for most games. Yes, it's pixelated and all, but usually it is fine. But the thing is, Monster Hunter World on the minimum settings already has some checkerboarding or some resolution scaling on play behind all of that. So which means that probably we are not even running the game at 960 by 540. Probably the game is getting rendered even at a lower resolution that we don't even know, okay? So it's even lower than that. That's why it looks so pixelated, so blurrish, so weird, okay? The resolution, it is so bad, and the fact that the performance, it is also so bad, it makes me to say a big
no means no.
No, don't buy the game. This is, I think most of the people were already expecting this. I mean, I haven't tested the game before, but I was expecting a bad performance on this game with a very bad resolution. So in my opinion, I really think you shouldn't buy the game. But again, the decision, it is completely up to you. You decide. But let me just say this: the game, On the stats that I gather, this is just pretty much the first mission. It means that you are going to have sequences on the game that probably it will be much more demanding than this one. But even with these first sequences of the game spent 95% of the time below the 30 frames per second. It spent 78% of the time below the 25 frames per second, and 9% of the time pretty much it was below the 20 FPS margins. Okay, so the game it will be playing pretty much on your PC below the 25 frames per second frame rate. So in my opinion it is a big no, especially with these graphics. Okay, I think this is no surprise. Okay, for me it wasn't a big surprise, but for most of the users, at least now you have the confirmation how you can expect to run this game, and for me, no, don't buy it. Okay, guys, that's all. Thank you a lot for watching. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. I'm just going to finish this quest. It's a pretty simple quest, very straightforward, just a typical MMORPG quest. It needs to be it needs me to kill 7 monsters. It's just that, and that's it. Okay, so guys, again, think a lot. Hope you keep enjoying the rest, and I do hope to see you soon. Any doubt on the description, on the comment section of the video, just leave it there. Goodbye guys, thank you.
Ready your weapon before attacking. Keep in mind that what you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn. When you're investigating or gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions on the wildlife map for you.
You can gather honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions. Over here!
A pack of Jagras! Those are the monsters we're after!
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own. They're on the run. Don't let them get away. Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them at the smithy. Whoops. Use whatever you can. Is losing its sharpness. Gain some distance, then use a whetstone. Keep it together, okay? The sword and shield is a close-range weapon set. Okay, let's head home and report back to the old man.